Anna Blake here with EdgewoodCollegeEagles.com. I'm joined by Coach Courtney Novak, Christina Elo, and Emma Raup. The women's lacrosse team yesterday defeated Aurora University 14-13 in overtime golden goal to advance to the NACC tournament finals for the first time in program history. This team has never won, coming into the season, never won a conference tournament game, even though you guys have been in the tournament many times. What does that mean for this program? It's only the fifth year of this program. It's only your third season as head coach.
I think the best example of what it means is that our fifth year Rachel Unitan, she was on the inaugural, she was the part of the inaugural class of the program. And our first season in conference, we went 1-9. And in 5 seasons, we're now in the championship. And I do think that when I arrived, it became a winning mindset. It was, where do we want to be, right? And last year we had a lot of heartbreakers, losing to Aurora in the regular season by 1, losing in double overtime in the semifinals to Beloit, and I think it was just one of those things where I kept saying, do not forget. And then on top of that, putting in the work and having the leadership from the upperclassmen to show the freshmen and even the sophomores, like, if you do the work, it'll pay off. And so yesterday was a lot of, do you remember 4:30 a.m. in January? Do you remember the sprints I had you do when I told you, think of the fourth quarter of the championship? And it's just playing out really beautifully, and it's all because they had heart. And that's what I was trying to tell them all season. I said, if you play with heart, you can do anything. And that is definitely what happened last night.
Christina, talk to us a little bit about that golden goal that you scored. They pretty much triple teamed Emma and left the center right open for you. It's kind of like what you dream of. It's what movies are made of, right? But your team remained calm throughout the entire process. Yeah. And what was that like for you?
Well, honestly, it was amazing. I saw 3 girls on Emma. Lauren cut through the center, and 2 girls followed her, and no one was on me, and I had ball, so I just took it, and then the ball went in. And honestly, it was amazing, but I was the one who got that goal, but it was our team who got it down there and who held them on defense every 90 seconds, so it was an amazing team effort.
You're a big part of this team in draw controls, and this is the first time yesterday that you guys have ever beat Aurora in draw controls, which I think is a really big part of this game in terms of momentum for your attack. What have you guys turned on in the second half of the season to dominate so much in draw controls?
We've started to just kind of be flexible. I always tell Teeny before every single draw, be ready for anything. If you watch us, I'm always switching low and Teeny around, stacking them, like calling all these different things to low. So just being adaptable and flexible on the draw has been our biggest thing, and not expecting the same thing every time. And that's clearly started working for us.
Yeah. Earlier in the season, you lost to Lake Forest. They're a pretty dominant team offensively and also defensively. What will you guys look to do on Saturday in this NACC tournament final and to prove the type of team that you are?
The cool part about Lake Forest is that they play the same type of system defensively as we do. Obviously, we don't know. They could always change it up come Saturday, but I think that is unique because no one else in the conference plays a backer zone. And so when we go up against each other, obviously we all practice against a backer zone and practice our zone constantly. So it's going to be, how can we break the system? They're a phenomenal team. They have really, really talented players. I think it's going to come down once again to heart. We'll study. Like I said, we're going to go to practice tomorrow. We're going to throw the ball around. It's not going to make a huge difference on Saturday. It's going to be what they had last night. And regardless of what happens, the fact that we're in the championship is already monumental. And probably the biggest advice I'll give them is to go out there and have fun because they deserve it.
Emma, tell us a little bit about how the growth of this team and some of the games you were able to take on earlier this season really helped grow this team into the kind of a championship caliber team. You played some really tough opponents at the beginning of the season, some opponents that you might not have seen 2 or 3 years ago when you first started playing the sport. What does that mean, and how does that allow you guys to really compete at the end, second, third, fourth quarter of these games?
So Courtney intentionally schedules our preseason insanely hard, but And, like, it sucks when you're in it. Like, it is the darkest part of the season when you are just losing and getting pounded on by all these other teams. But something that she never fails to remind us is that, like, this is preparing us. We played River Falls, and that was just not a good game for us, but it prepared us mentally. It taught us grit and how to not give up in those games. And I feel like that's what we're using now, is just that mental toughness that we gained from the preseason.
Christina, you're one of the captains on this team. What do you say to the younger players on this team, the sophomores, the freshmen, to kind of keep them engaged and, keep pushing through these tough moments?
I acknowledge the little things that they accomplish. There are so many things that happen on the field, off the field, that they do that are amazing and that need to be said and acknowledged. And honestly, especially after last night, like, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. Anything can happen.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your NACC tournament semifinal win, and congratulations for your spot in the NACC tournament final. You can follow everything Edgewood College Eagles women's lacrosse at edgewoodcollegeeagles.com.